Here come the Blue Streaks!
Hey guys, welcome back on Tuesday with the Twins. Today there's a varsity baseball game at Chardon, and then JV plays at home. Softball has a home game against Chardon, and tennis varsity has a match at Geneva, and then the JV tennis team has a match home against Geneva. And on Wednesday there's a track meet at Mayfield, and there's a tennis match against St. John, and there's also a baseball game at Brush. On Thursday, baseball has a home game against Fairport, and softball varsity has a home game versus Edgewood, and then JV plays at Edgewood, and varsity tennis has a match against North, while JV plays at North. And on Friday, the baseball team has a doubleheader at Perry, and the JV softball team has a home game against Edgewood. On Saturday, the varsity track team runs at Perry for Perry Relays, and the softball team has a home game against Perry. And baseball plays at Edgewood against Edgewood and Conneaut. Yeah, and up until Wednesday, we are going to be voting for a prom court, so seniors start looking to see who you want to be on prom court. And also, the prom tickets are $40, so make sure you get those. And this week's interview was with Nakoa, so we hope you enjoy his interview and get to know a little bit more about him.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Tuesday with the Twins, where I interview a senior, a Madison Blue Streak. This has been a great experience so far. So once again, thank you to the Beam Twins for giving me this opportunity to talk to a couple of seniors and introduce them to all of our audience that is watching this. And I've gotten really good feedback. So congratulations to you guys. Thanks for letting us do this. With me today is Nakoa Begay. He's a senior here at Madison High School. Sort of a unique individual because I've gotten to know him in his senior year, and quite frankly, I don't really remember him from when he was a freshman when I worked here before. So he's one of the seniors who I've really gotten to know, and I think he's a super cool dude, really cool guy, and I've enjoyed talking to him, especially during lunch periods. We've had a good laugh every now and then. Together, maybe we can find some of the photos when you had your
I got you with the pimp coat.
Yeah, with the jacket. So maybe we could add that in when the Beams here edit their interview. But tell us a little bit about yourself. High school experience so far. What have been some of the high points of high school? You're a senior. Go ahead, shoot.
Pira's class has been amazing.
Okay, a lot of people say that
around the school. Let's see, the assemblies. I wish we would have had more of those my senior year. That would have been nice. Huge personality change going from freshman to senior year.
Oh, let's talk about that.
A lot has changed.
Why? Like, what about you? What have you learned about yourself now that you're basically an adult, right? You're not a kid anymore. You're not a teenager. You're a man now. So what have you learned about yourself?
Huge introvert freshman year. Not many friends. Didn't like talking to people. Now I do like opening up and talking to even the most random of people.
Right. I thought it was really cool that you just introduced yourself to Lainey and Ella here today. That was really, really cool, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's key. Let's talk about what you do outside of school. Like I was telling some people, I've interviewed athletes. I've interviewed kids in the band. I've interviewed a couple of kids that have been involved in other activities. But you have a real unique situation here because you have a life that doesn't necessarily involve those things, but you work, right? You're one of these strong work ethic Madison kids. So tell us a little bit about your life outside of school, your jobs and stuff like that.
I'm a projects associate and an events, more or less, manager. So at Spire, we'll have Big Ten, huge college meet for track.
Right.
I'll help set up any of the event stuff that's needed. Basketball games, I'll set up, get balls out, all the water. Projects associate part is a carpet I'm replacing, drywall needs patched, maintenance stuff.
That's
I'm
amazing.
everywhere, Spire.
That's amazing. And a lot of kids don't know that. First of all, a lot of people don't know that that's a huge responsibility that you take on weekly, every day, how often you work. But that is such a good experience to what so many kids want to experience at some point in their life, if that makes any sense. All right. So, you talked about Pira's class. What other classes have you enjoyed?
Kemper's language art class was a good one because I'm not a big fan when it comes to language arts.
Sure.
Math has been my number one.
Do you remember reading something specifically in English class with Mrs. Kemper?
She didn't do as much reading as the past classes have done from a book, which was nice.
What was one thing that you remember reading in high school?
It would have been Animal Farm.
Nice.
That was one with Butler in 10th grade.
Cool.
Or for my 20 minutes reading, I read Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding book encyclopedia.
Which is a great segue to future plans. You had just shared this with us. Go ahead and tell the audience what your future plans are.
Become famous, big name in the sports industry on training. I'm hoping to take kids who are super determined, and whether it's straight from high school or 30s, into just all-time champs.
Is there a specific sport that you like to focus on?
Mainly fighting and weightlifting, but I'd like to get at least one athlete in everything.
Really? What?
The more open, I feel like, the better.
Do you have any experience with any of those things yourself?
I wrestled for a little bit, and I've started doing bodybuilding, which I will then compete probably next year. I'll try to compete at the 190 weight class. Then I'd like to try to compete in powerlifting in 2 years, and then I'll start coaching with that. I'll sign up for boxing this summer, so then I can try to coach boxers and UFC fighters.
So it seems like some kids' athletic careers come to an end after high school, but yours is just sort of beginning.
I would like
That's
to
awesome.
precede others.
That's
athletic
awesome.
Careers.
All right. Well, cool. We wish you the best of luck. Let's talk about end of the year. You got a couple weeks left. Senior year. Are you looking forward to the prom?
Yes,
All right. Do you plan on going to the prom?
I do. Me and my girlfriend will be there.
Okay. Have you asked her to the prom yet?
I did. It was not that fancy, though. We've been together for 2 years.
Okay. Great. Then we won't need to get into that. What do you hope to be the prom slow dance theme? What's your song to slow dance to at the prom?
Not really a specific one, except I guess like a Wrecking Ball.
Really?
Country song, yeah. That's a good one.
I
Slow
never
dance to.
I never took you as a Miley Cyrus fan.
Not that song.
Okay, so one thing, also another great also a great segue into, if you're at the gym and you're working out, something that I'm always into and I always ask some of the other kids is, what's on your playlist?
Ooh, a lot of Nickelback.
Nice.
There's a bit of Nickelback on there. 80s rap with Eminem, Biggie, Tupac.
Okay.
And metal, Metallica. What's the other one? Linkin Park.
All right.
Usually go around there.
All right.
Every
so
now and then Beyonce will wiggle on in or something, but
hey,
can't be mad about that.
right. That's awesome for you. Good. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for taking this time. I need to get you back to Mrs. Olson's trigonometry class.
Thanks for
I don't
having
want to
me.
cut your time short. Thank you very much once again to the Beams. Hopefully this works out well. Hopefully everybody gets to know a little bit more about my main man, Nakoa here. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
We hope you enjoyed that interview, and we hope you guys have a good Easter break, and we'll see you next week on Tuesday with the Twins. Bye.